quality things, but I will try to give you one important thing is that air quality standard have been fixed. We have started monitoring. What is the objective of this? And after controlling, after doing the monitoring, what will be the results? So what I will try to brief you about the air quality strategy part, how best we can use this data for our ultimate goal is to air pollution control, so that the public is in general is benefited. We can breathe the good quality of air. So I will try to give all these things to you in the next 30 to 40 minutes time, which Rakesh ji has given to me. I will try to mention about what are the air quality concern, what are the current status of air quality monitoring and air quality management, then what are the air quality trends. I will be very brief on that, then thrust areas and what we should do. Now this is the important thing, why we are concerned about the air quality. We have in the country, based upon the CPCB monitoring data, from last say 20 years, CPCB has elaborated, maintained the air quality data, and presently large number of stations, more than 320 or 327 stations are maintained by CPCB and the State Pollution Control Board. If you analyze those things, you can see that the more than 53 non-attainment cities in the country. That means 53 cities are there, which may be increased further. This is, I am talking about 1.5 years old data. Maybe it is increased. We have the large number of non-attainment cities where we are not meeting the air quality standard. Okay. Then we have, what are the dominant source of that? The vehicular emission is one, small and medium scale industries, gensets. There is a large number of gensets in every big cities. Then the biomass burning, etc. And the pollutants, we are concerned about the oxide of nitrogen, then respirable suspended particulate matter, all now we can call as PM10, then the carbon monoxide. The second set of areas which we are concerned are the critically polluted area. Recently the Ministry of Environment and CPCB has further done the study, and the critically polluted areas numbers have been increased. Initially it was for 24, now based upon the study which has been conducted by CPCB and MOEF, they have found that the more critically polluted area in the country, and the rationale etc. for declaring the critically polluted area is already given, and the reports are available on the website. You can see we have the 43 critically polluted area in the country. Why it is critically polluted? For example, I will take one example of Singrauli. Singrauli is a very small area. It is in the border of UP and MP, where our major power generating sources are there. We are generating about more than 10,000 megawatt of power in that area, about say 10 square kilometer area, and we are burning every day about 150,000 tons of coal. So much of coal is burnt in that area. And you can see that how much fly ash is generated, how much SO2 is generated, how much NOx is generated, and other related pollutants like mercury and fluoride, etc. So that area being a highly stressed area, CPCB and MOEF has declared as a critically polluted area where immediate long-term action is required to reduce the pollution. Similarly, we have the Korba or say Ankleshwar, Vapi, Manali, etc. These are the area based upon the studies have been declared as a critically polluted area where very dense monitoring is required. The dominant sources of these areas are the thermal power plant, refineries, chemical industries are there. And what are the pollutants which we are concerned are again the oxide of nitrogen, then the new parameters like volatile organic compounds. It is coming from the say a refinery or a petrochemical industries are emitting a lot of volatile organic compounds. Then the polyaromatic hydrocarbons. That is the reason why we should have this monitoring of these polyaromatic hydrocarbons or the volatile organic compounds. Then the third category is the rural area. We should not forget that area is also quite stressed and air pollution problems are also there. We have the indoor air pollution where the use of biomass, coal, kerosene, etc. is generating a lot of pollution. And then of course the outdoor air pollution in rural areas. Indoor air pollution we are very much concerned, although it is not the domain of the Pollution Control Board or Ministry of Environment, but the indoor air pollution in the rural areas is quite significant. Because if you see the kitchen of the rural areas where the ventilation is not there and they are using the biomass for cooking purpose, the amount of the pollutants, especially the, for example, polyaromatic hydrocarbons or the oxide of nitrogen levels are very high because it's not dispersed. It is all remain in that small area, kitchen we can say, Because there's no ventilation, nothing is there, and biomass is burned for cooking purpose, lot of toxic pollutants are generated. And here again the critical pollutants are the PM10 on carbon monoxide, etc. These are the broad things I am giving, what are the concerns of the air quality. Now the current status of air quality management, we have a very good institutional mechanism in the country. We have the Ministry of Environment and Forest, the top, and then Central Pollution Control Board. Every state we have the State Pollution Control Board, State Department of Environment, and the research institute like NIRI, etc. All are doing the air pollution control thing. That some of the important things which we should take is the urban land use planning should be integral part of the air quality management now. Otherwise the situation will not improve. The land use planning should be done, which is in Delhi, what are the problem we are facing? Because the proper land use planning is not there. Action plan to be drawn and implemented by states to meet the air quality standard in time-bound manner. Action plans have been prepared already, but the implementation is not there. Air quality has to be monitored continuously to see the impact on control measures. Health impact study are required to be done, so that the public should be given more information about what are the impact, what are the health effect impacts that is required. Integrated approach has to be taken for vehicular pollution control in major cities. You can not only control the, say, petrol-driven vehicles or two-wheelers, you have to take an integrated approach. For that, the studies done by CPCB on source apportionment is very important. And clean transportation fuel should be promoted in a big way, like the CNG and biodiesel, etc., which the government has very specific policy. Then fly ash generated from thermal power stations should be utilized as